So how's your evening been anyway?
I've had a really good day. I went to see my mum and dad. I took my granddaughter with me to see them. It's just been a really nice, relaxed day. Really chilled. It's quite nice, actually.
That's good.
Yeah.
It looks like the
And
weather.
following on from our call from last week, I've put some of those actions into place already.
Good.
So, yeah, what did I do? I haven't reached out to the schools yet,
Right.
but I did my live. I've been thinking about my content. So, yeah, it's slowly going in the right direction. Very, very slowly, like a slow train.
Good. How are you getting on with the calendar on your phone?
Much better. It's a lot better. That's really worked. So thanks for that tip. And actually, I haven't used my paper planner at all. I paid like £40, I think, for that this year. And now I'm not even using it. We're like halfway through the year. I was like, yeah, that's worked.
That's
Because
good.
even as I was driving, my alerts, I do an alert for like 15 minutes before the Zoom call. So I'm driving and the alert came up 15 minutes to go. And I thought, oh my God, I'm not going to make it. Yeah.
No, not to worry. So what's been on your mind?
This week, oh my God. I think mainly just the course, really. It's the next steps. It's like it's finally kicked in that the course. I'm done with it. I've handed in my work. I submitted my video on Friday, and it's like now it's the next step. It's that launching thing. It's like the fear, and I've kind of come not to a grinding halt, but it's that next step.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've got NLP on my brain because I just love I'm fascinated with how it all works, but it's launching. All in my head, I'm thinking, I need to make money. It's time to launch, get myself out there. So even while I'm driving just now, I was playing the 5As. I had the phone on TCM, listening to Claire Reynolds talking about the 5As, and she's got the diagram of, you know, the click funnel and everything. And I'm thinking, I've just got to get going.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get my website. I haven't bought my domain name yet. And that was last week's thing. You know, I still haven't done it. I think because I'm not 100% sure on what to call myself. I'm thinking, originally I was going to be MLB coaching. And now I'm thinking, should I just be Michelle L. Blake coaching and then get a domain name that's actually got my name in it? So I think that's kind of held me back.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I need to get my domain name and get a website going. Even as Claire's just said in the training, she said, even if it's just a work with me page, just to have that up and running so people can click on that and, you know, book in a discovery call and get to work with you. So I'm thinking, yeah, I need to get going. Mm-hmm. This is like a car that's just been revving up for a long time and it hasn't moved with the brakes on, the handbrakes on. I just need to release it and get going. That's where I'm at the minute. So it's just doing it. It's action taking.
Right. So it's just basically the beginning of your business.
Yeah, sorry?
So it's just basically the beginning of your business then?
Yeah, it's because I don't want it to be in vain. It's like I've spent the last 12 weeks changing careers, absolutely love coaching, and, you know, the amount of coaching things I've learned in 12 weeks, I'm sure it's more than 12 weeks now, but since being in the community, it's been amazing. And I just want to put it all into action now and try and impact as many people as possible in the right way.
Mm-hmm. Good.
But my niche, not everybody, just people who I'm sort of focusing on. So it's just about it's that imperfect action thing again, isn't it? It's that imperfect action. I think that's my problem. I always want things to be just right.
Yeah.
I'm so sort of bogged down thinking about, what should I call myself? What should the website be called? But really, at the end of the day, I just need to take imperfect action and just do it.
Yeah.
You know, because I suppose the name could be changed afterwards.
Mm-hmm. So what is the real challenge here?
Oh God. It's always finances. Everything comes back to finances. I mean, in the ideal world, I'd love to be doing some more courses. I would love to be doing the ultimate launch. I would love to be doing NLP. But then is that like a cover up? Is that like an escapism thing? Just keep training.
Yeah, that is.
You know, just keep training and never ever launch. So I think, you know, I'm sort of whittling that away and not thinking so much about the studying. It's about making money. It's just about making ends meet. I've got a mortgage holiday, but when that kicks back in October, I want the money to be there. The money has got to be there to pay my mortgage. So luckily, everything has happened at the right time. Like the finances went, the mortgage holiday kicked in, training, it all happened at the right time. But now I want to make sure that when it's time to get back to normal, that I can just run with it and I'm not sort of falling over trying to, you know, fill in gaps with finances and whatever. I just want it to work. So that's kind of at the back of my mind. I just need to be earning. I'm used to being the breadwinner, and at the minute I'm not the breadwinner. I suppose that's something to do with it as well. Yeah, finances, just need it to work.
So what would you say that the barrier is that's preventing you from launching your business?
Well, for some reason, I decided to have my granddaughter this week. That's thrown everything out the window. I mean, even my walking didn't happen this morning, and that's left me in a bad mood. So I didn't get my steps are not happening because I can't be going with the pushchair like 14,000 steps. So that, you know, I managed to fit in like half an hour when I left with my mum and dad. But for some reason, I decided to have her this week. So that's kind of set me back a bit this week. But I'm not going to let it set me back because I've just got to keep going.
Yeah.
It's distractions, isn't it? Distractions and procrastinating because there's always something else. You know, like when I finish with you here, I've then got to go and do dinner. Then after that, I'm doing another training course. It's like, well, when do I fit in, you know, the time for the money making stuff? Yeah. And that's what I really, you know, income producing activity. I need to fit that in because if I don't do that, I'm not going to make any money. I'm not going to get where I want to be. So yeah, it's distractions. And I'm trying not to, you know, people keep popping up and offering different things. Oh, well, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. This might help you. And I'm thinking, you know what? I'm not going to take on anything else. I just need to focus on the one thing so I can get to where I want to be. It's so easy to keep going off here, there and everywhere doing all these different courses. But actually, I just need to get on and do what needs to be done.
So what do you need to do to launch your business?
I think I just need to keep reaching out. I say reaching out in inverted commas. I need to keep speaking to people. I need to keep sharing my story. And my story, I've got my own pains. So I share my story with my pains that I know someone will resonate with. Keep interacting in groups. And I must admit, this week, I mean, I went crazy last week. I was like posting in like 4 or 5 groups at a time and trying to respond to everyone. Whereas this week, today's Tuesday, I haven't posted anything in groups this week since this week started. So I need to keep that going, keep that momentum going, because I think some of my friend requests do come from some of those groups. Right. You know, I've had new followers this week, which is good. But yeah, I need to keep sharing my story, keep posting, keep doing lives. I did a live on Friday, so maybe follow up with all of those people from Friday that interacted in my live. It's all social media type stuff, but just keep giving value to other people, whether they can pay or not. Just keep giving value. Yeah.
I see what you're saying. So when you are posting to groups, doing your Facebook Live and sharing your story, how does that make you feel?
I like it because there's someone, even if it's only one person, even if I only resonate with one person, that's one person more. And that's someone that could have been feeling really downtrodden, who could be going through something quite emotional that I may have been able to reach out to. And I just think that's the most important thing, is being able to just make contact with others and build relationships. It's all about building relationships really at the end of the day. And if I can't make time, that's what's happening this week, if I can't make time to build relationships, then it's pointless, because you can't show up to someone and expect to show them or offer them a service if they don't know you, like you, or trust you. So I spend a lot of time normally talking to people and messaging and interacting, so that then they get to see who I am. They, you know, people then go on my page, they'll do a bit of research, whatever. But I spend time researching with people, but I haven't really done a lot of that this week. So I just feel like I need to prioritize that more and just make that my number one thing to do.
Mm-hmm. So what is a way that you haven't tried to build relationships with possible clients?
I don't know, I'm trying to think. I mean, I haven't really, well, I did try. I tried to reach out to my teachers on my niche, and I tried to reach out to teachers in the union group, but they didn't allow my post. They obviously thought I was trying to sell something. I'm just moving with the laptop, so I've seen a fly. Yeah, so they didn't allow my post, but I think I need to reach out more of my niche rather than just random people. I need to actually spend more time trying to reach out to the people that I'm trying to create impact with.
Yeah, target audience.
Because then if I don't, then a lot of it's not relevant, and I suppose maybe then I don't get the interaction that I'm looking for.
Yeah. So what is it specifically you want?
I think I just need someone. I need like a taskmaster, because if you know that someone's there and they're kind of watching you, or they are going to check in with you or something like that, you get it done. It's like when I used to go to Weight Watchers, you know, I'd stick to it because I knew I had to get on the scales the next week. I had to lose weight because I was getting on the scales the following week, and they had to say, oh, you've lost X amount of pounds. For me, that worked. It worked every single week without fail. And then as soon as I stopped that, it doesn't work. So it's like knowing that there's that someone there that's gonna, someone's gonna check in with you on this certain day. Have you done it yet?
Yeah.
Like I had to do a live last week, and that was with Fran, and he checked in. He was like, remember you got a live today? And it kind of niggled away at me because I thought, oh, don't remind me. But it helped because I thought, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I can't get out of it. I have to do it.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes you have to do something. And I think on a daily basis, I just have to make sure that it's one of those non-negotiables that I speak to people somehow and share either my story or share something that I can offer. And I have been trying to do that in my group, but they're not all interacting. I have to tag them in posts for them to interact.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just expecting too much. I don't know.
So you mentioned Facebook a lot. Is it only that platform that you use, or you try and reach out to possible clients?
I mainly use Facebook. I use Instagram and LinkedIn as well.
Okay.
But I mainly use Facebook. Sometimes I'll share the same post on Instagram usually. On my coaching page, I'll share a post on Instagram. And I've got myself as me. I'll put something on Instagram. Then I've got my travel post, my travel thing on Instagram. I try and put something in there as well. But I mainly use Facebook and Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a different response. Instagram and Facebook, they're so different.
Yeah.
Whereas I find people on Facebook interact more.
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, it's all about the pictures and the images and the likes and, people following you. Whereas on Facebook, I tend to have conversations and join groups. Whereas on Instagram, I don't do a lot. I might click and like a few pictures or add a few comments, and that's about it. So
yeah, just because you've mentioned doing your Facebook Live, you can do an Instagram Live as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what specifically is it you want?
I want to be able to launch my business as a full-time coach. And I want to be able to create clients and help them to overcome their challenges. I want to make sure as well that the service that I provide to those clients, they're happy with it. That's what I want.
So what do you think the client would be happy with? What service?
I suppose it's when you help them to take specific action and they take that action and it actually has an impact. I mean, I did a discovery call the other day. She didn't turn out to be a client, but she was so happy with the coaching call, the action steps that she agreed to, that she took, and the change that's already happened in her life, that she shared it with her friends. But she, you know, we still have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how are you getting on? I still check in with her to see how she's getting on. So I think, well, if I maintain that link, maybe when she's able to afford it, that she will.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really gratifying when they come back and say, yeah, you know, thank you for that. It's helped me so much. My life's already changing. That's what I want to hear. So that, for me, that would help me. That would be me being successful.
Right.
Knowing that I'm helping people on their journey and it's having an impact, and that they are feeling better in the process.
Mm-hmm.
The change has come about.
So what do you need from me?
I think just check in with me. Check in on a certain day weekly, just to say, right, Michelle, those actions, have you done this? Or say, for example, you don't see any content coming from me. Say, oh, have you posted content this week? Or if I have, you know, just to sort of make sure. I mean, I do anyway. I post content every day. It's just not always my story. Usually my content is something motivational, and I try to include my story at least a few times a week. Otherwise people just get bored of reading about my story, my pains. But yeah, I suppose just check in to make sure that I suppose I'm setting my own actions each week. Because really, I don't want to be having the same action week after week. I want it to be progressive to the point that I'm moving forward in my own journey, my own business. I want to be, you know, get to the point where I'm saying to you, oh yeah, I've got 6 clients. I've got, you know, doing really well, different packages. Whatever. I want to get to that point where coaching is my way of life, that it's giving me the freedom that I'm looking for. It's paying the bills. Yeah, that's the point I want to get to.
So what internal resources have you got that help you to achieve launch your business?
I would say my mindset, my positive mindset, my enthusiasm, because I really am passionate about coaching. I really enjoy it. My willingness to succeed, my perseverance, my why. I think my why gets me out of bed each day. It keeps me going. I said motivation. The fact that I want to inspire others as well. Yeah, those are all internal. I'm trying to think if there's any others. Oh, there's a fly in here. It's really bugging me. Internal resources. My vision. I know where I want to be. I know where I want to get to. That ultimate goal.
So you mentioned your vision there. What does that look like?
Oh my God, my vision. My vision will not be here in this house. My vision is that I'm just living this fantastic life with freedom. Like I've got a house on the beach. I wake up in the mornings. I go down to the beach, do my exercise. I meditate. I spend the day lying in a hammock on my laptop, talking to clients. My partner's around. He's upstairs. We can have lunch together. Our day is just, we create our own day, our own schedule. I'm free to, you know, go to, when my granddaughter's older and she's in school, I'm free to go to her Christmas plays. I can go on school trips. I'm free to have her on certain days a week because I'm available and my schedule is designed by me. That's what my vision looks like. That's freedom, you know, living life on my terms, being able to do what I want to do when I want to do it.
Mm-hmm. Sounds lovely. So what do you need to say no to make this a rock solid yes?
I think distractions, all the distractions, there's so many distractions around, and all these other different little I've just got to be focused on me, focus on my journey, my destiny, and sort of forget other courses and things that keep popping up. Distractions, like different pathways. You know, it's difficult because I do two things at the same time. So I'm trying to manage two lifestyles, two businesses, which will give me one lifestyle. It's basically going in the same direction. But it's being able to ignore anything that's not related to my businesses. So making sure that I prioritize them first. And then if there's anything else that I need to do afterwards, then I fit it in.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not something that's going to have an impact on my coaching business or travel, then I shouldn't be doing it. Yeah. And that's what I need to say to myself. Will this impact my business? Then don't do it.
Mm-hmm. No, quite right. So you mentioned your internal resources. What external resources have you got that helps you on your path to building your
Well, definitely the TCM community, because I'm tapping into that, and I'm making sure that I go back and watch the replays, the business training. I tap into TCM Live. I've made friends with lots of people who are also coaches in TCM and outside of TCM. Books, I'm reading coaching books. It's in my bag at the moment. Coaching books. I listen to a lot of motivational sort of people, either on YouTube or in audio books. I've also sort of tapped into my spiritual side as well, because that's kind of helping me to stay motivated and keep me on track as well, like with my mindset and stuff like that. So that helps. External resources. I've got my family, my parents, my partner, and I suppose people in my group even. I mean, a lot of my friends or people in my group know what I'm doing, and some people will just support you because it's you. So, you know, that's good. They're my people. I suppose, you know, platforms, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, they're all external resources that I can tap into. If I'm not sure of something, I can have a look and do a bit of research and see who is inspiring, that it's working for, that I could follow, and then have a look at them as well. So there are a lot of resources that can help me to get to where I need to be. I just need to do it and just focus and not be distracted.
So what is one thing you've never admitted?
One thing
that you have never admitted?
Oh, let's see. One thing I've never admitted. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'm just trying to think. I suppose I used to be scared of, like, well, actually used to be though, isn't it? I've overcome that. So speaking in large audiences, I do get nervous. I suppose that's something I don't admit. I do get nervous, but I just know how to deal with it. What else? It's a good question. Something I've never admitted. I'm going to use that in my group. Just trying to think. Yeah, I suppose being scared of, you know, I'm usually scared of speaking, but I think I just overcome it. I'd get anxious and have anxiety, like if it was something in front of a large audience, but then I would just do it on the day. I would just do it. And because it's going well, it kind of fuels my fire, and I just keep going. Mm-hmm. I used to be scared of Facebook Lives. When I first started doing them, the numbers used to count down, and I used to watch the number counting down and wish that I could press and stop it, because it was like, oh my God, you know, I'd be sweating, and then just do it because I had no choice. So, and now I love them. I absolutely love them. So that's something.
So what do you not want me to ask you?
Oh, no. I don't know. It's a hard one. Will I still be coaching in a year's time? Or where do I see myself in a year's time? I don't know. I don't mind if you ask me that, actually. What do you not want me to ask you? I think you can ask me anything. I'm not really that phased.
So where do you see yourself in a year's time?
Oh, I was going to say hopefully, but I'm not going to use that word. In a year's time, I see myself with a thriving coaching business. And by thriving, I would say with at least 10 clients a month, because that's my goal. At least 10 clients a month. I've even got it stuck. I've got it stuck on my piano behind me. You can't see it. It says it there, look. 10 paid clients. That's my goal. So yeah, in a year's time, that's where I see myself. And if I'm not there yet, then I've got to put something in place to get myself there.
Mm-hmm. So who is the real Michelle?
I think the real Michelle is someone who has got lots of time for others, a good listener, wants to do well, wants to, I was going to say be a success, but then that's such a woody word. Wants to do well, when I do something, I want it to work out. I don't like to quit on something. I like to see it through to the end. I just like to keep learning. If I'm not learning, then something's wrong. If I'm not still engaged in learning, something's wrong. But once I'm still learning something new, the fire's still there, the spark's still there. And I think that's me.
Mm-hmm. So you mentioned the internal resources that you have. Is there any internal resources you can think of that would maybe help you on your pathway to launch your business?
Is that internal, did you say?
Yeah.
I suppose more resilience, better resilience, so that when the hurdles arise and when things go wrong, I can still find ways to get where I need to be and just pick myself up and just keep going. So just to continue to have that resilience, and that might be in the form of, I don't know, other tools or frameworks, I don't know, but yeah, because there are going to be times where I'm going to have knockbacks. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to have every single client say yes. There are going to be times where someone's going to say no. So it's about, being able to handle that, pick myself up, carry on, still smile, and then go on to the next one. So yeah, I would say that's something that I'll always need. So that could, there's never enough of that. It could always be more.
So how could you improve and obtain this resilience?
I say by speaking to more people. The more people I speak to, the more no's I get, I suppose the tougher, the more resilience I'll have, because I would have experienced so many different types of no's that it just won't faze me. Mm-hmm. It's just about doing more and more coaching calls. And I think since last week, since having submitted my work, it's like that lovely feeling. You just breathe out, but it's about still keeping up the same pace.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago, I was doing like 3 coaching calls a day. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. I don't want that, but I need to make sure that I'm still doing them.
Yeah.
So I just need to make sure that I'm still fitting in at least, even if it's 2 every 3 days, that's still not too bad. Mm-hmm. Or 1 a day even.
So maybe even like 5 a week?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what external resources do you feel that you haven't got which could help you?
Oh, there's only one. Money. Money. I would say that's the main one. It's nice to know that that's there, that you can tap into, so that whatever it is you need, you can buy it. You know, so if I wanted to go on another course, the money's there, I can buy it. And obviously that comes from me speaking to more people and, you know, having the client base and whatever. So it all comes back to me taking action. Yeah, money. I don't think there's anything else really at the moment in terms of external resources. I suppose more support from my other half. I mean, he's supportive. He does see this as something that can be a success for me, you know. And I think he knows that I'm a lot happier doing this than how I was before when I was teaching. So, yeah, I would say money, definitely.
So you mentioned what your end goal looks like. It was basically having your own schedule, your house on the beach, doing coaching calls in this hammock. So what would you need to achieve the house on the beach?
What I need?
Yep.
I mean, to get that, I would have achieved everything that I'm doing. That comes back to me being someone who's out there a lot in terms of speaking to lots of people, reaching out, helping lots of people, very focused on business so that whatever it is I've set out to achieve, I actually achieve it. And this is in terms of my coaching business and my travel business, because they both would give me that freedom. Yeah, it's about being persistently consistent, should I say, and showing up even when I don't feel like it, even on days where I just don't feel like doing something, but I'm still able to get up and go and do it really well. Because by doing it consistently every single day, I will get the results that I want. So it's about me having the internal resources and using my internal resources really well so that I can achieve that house on the beach and the lifestyle that I want. And, you know, it's about me being able to help as many people as possible and reach out to as many people as possible and help them to change their lives along the way.
Mm-hmm. So what would the younger version of yourself think about you?
They think, wow, that's a journey you've been on. Come full circle. When I was younger, I wanted to be a paediatrician when I was in secondary school, to all the science subjects. Then I changed my mind. I wanted to be a linguist. So I did A-level languages and started a language degree. And then I changed my mind, became a teacher. So actually, I've been on a journey, but I suppose the younger version of me would think, actually, considering I had my children before I'd finished my degree, I haven't done too badly. And not everyone who does that ends up going back and studying. So I'm proud of myself in the sense that I got back on track after having them, studied, became the professions that I wanted to be at the time, climbed the ladders in those professions, and then got off the ladder to go and do something completely different, and I'm still going. So yeah, I think that younger me would be quite proud. Yeah.
So let's go back to your vision and your end goal and successful business. And you were there again with the beach house in your hammock. So, and your ability to create your own schedule, so your own day plan, you could do whatever you want when you want. What is stopping you right now to have your own schedule?
I mean, now I have got my own schedule. I do design my day, but I just don't think I do it as effectively as I should be doing it. Whereas when I've achieved my goal, it won't necessarily be that I'd have to continue to do the things that I'm doing now, because for a start in my travel business, I'll have a residual income. So regardless of whether I get out of bed and work or not, that money is still going to come in. That's if I put the work in now and I'm consistent. In terms of my coaching business, I'll be doing maybe, one a day. I thought I'd keep my hands in it, one a day. And that's how I would design my day, but then I'd fit in all the fun things around it. Whereas now I am doing my schedule, but now it's more things that I have to do in order to get to that goal. And I mean, I said I'm not doing it effectively. I suppose I'm not, because I'm not sticking to it. Whereas if I was really sticking to my schedule, then I'd get better results. And my schedule, I need to work backwards and planning, speaking to people, planning what I'm going to post each day, like plan it in advance so that I'm not faffing around in the morning thinking, what should I post today? I used to be really good, and I used to do it on a Sunday. So on a Sunday, that's my planning day, plan the whole week. I need to just get my mind back into that way of thinking where I plan out all my content for the week on a Sunday, plan out who I'm going to speak to, how many people I'm going to speak to, when I'm going to do my follow-ups, that sort of thing. And I need to be consistent and actually stick to it. Whereas now it's kind of like I'm not even looking at the schedule unless there's a Zoom call. So I need to sort of take a step back and just go back to being really, really strict with my time, with my schedule, and following each of those things that I'm doing, and even tracking what I'm doing. So, say for example, I have planned in that I'm going to speak to, 10 new people a day. Then at the end of the week, I should be looking back and thinking, well, what impact does it have? Has it worked? What is the outcome of speaking to 10 people each day? Is it enough? Do I need to up it? Do I need to lower it? That's the sort of thing I should be doing. And I know what I should be doing. I'm just not doing it. So I just need to prioritize it. If I want the results that I want, then I'm going to have to put in the action that's needed. If it's to the point that I need to, I don't like the idea of adding loads and loads of people that I don't know. I don't really like doing that. But if it's a matter of adding 10, 20 people a day and actually adding value and getting to know those people, then fair enough. But I don't just want to randomly add like 100 people and just have them floating around in my Facebook. I don't like that. So, I know what I need to do. It's just going back to it and making sure I do it each day.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there's no excuse. I've even got an app on my phone. It's called Streaks, and you just put in all the things you're meant to do for your DMO. You put them in, and then it kind of alerts you. Have you drunk 3 liters of water? It'll ping up 3 liters of water, and then check it off. But I think I haven't used it for so long that it doesn't even actually alert me to anything anymore. So I need to sort of set that back up and get that going again, and just put in all the actions that I really want to do that I think will have an impact on my coaching business and get that moving.
So you mentioned your actions, your perseverance, and being more strict with yourself to get better results. You mentioned results a few times there. What do the results look like?
Well, for me, if I'm getting the results, my business will be growing. My business will be healthy. Not necessarily paid clients, but I would have paid clients, and maybe some that are not, but I would be impacting more people. So it's about having an impact, I suppose, a positive impact on people. And maybe my goal should be each week to have a positive impact on 5 people's lives or something like that, and then work backwards. Well, what do I have to do to be able to have an impact on 5 people's lives? Something like that. Maybe that's what I need to do, is rethink my goals for each week and then fine tune the actions to get me to those goals. Ultimately, that's what it is all about. It's not just about the money. It's because I wouldn't coach somebody that I didn't resonate with, and actually I've just realized I have got a discovery call this week from someone that I picked up last week. But I wouldn't coach someone that I didn't resonate with. If I didn't think I could have an impact on their lives and help them, then I wouldn't. Yeah. Because it's not just about money. It's about me. It's about my name. It's about me. So, yeah.
So what is it you need to achieve these results?
So it's time just to sit down and reflect what's working, what's not working. Whatever's not working, just throw it away. And the things that are working, maybe consider upping them. But it's about me setting down time on a daily basis, whether it's the morning or the evening, where I think about what I'm going to do the next day. So even though I have planned for the week, it's about reflecting at the end of each day, what's worked well, what isn't, what do I need to change, and actually putting those in place. And I think it's just about setting out time. The day just runs away with me, and I'm not really, I used to check out, we call that checking out. I used to check out at the end of the day and do those things, whereas now I'm not even doing that. I'm just literally just going to bed. So I need to put that time's really important. I need to put that time back in. So that I can factor in things that are working, things that are not working, and you know, just do things that are worth doing and not faff around.
So you're saying the ones that are working, how are they working for you?
So for example, sharing my story on Facebook, that's working.
Right.
Because then when I invite people to join my group, they join. My group is working, even though it's small. It's a small group at the moment. I don't really want to add people just for the sake of it. So I've added people that I know would be interested. And maybe I should just add anybody, but I don't really want to do that. So it is working in the sense that they're a group that's respected. They feel confident to take part. They're engaging in the posts. If I put a coaching question, they'll answer it. Yeah, that's working. Trying to think. Even doing the coaching course is working, regardless of whether it's with a real client or not. It's working because it's practice. So I'm putting into practice things that I've learned. That works, and that needs to be a part of my weekly schedule. Let me just think, what else? What is working? Posting in groups does work. It gets interaction, and whether I have someone from those groups join my group, it puts you out there. So, for example, I always post a coaching type question. You know, if you had 5 years to live, what would you change? You know, those sorts of questions. So I suppose people would resonate those sorts of questions with me. So even if it's just that is still working for me. So then when I do approach someone, or someone does have an issue, or they do have a challenge, they'll think, oh, I wonder if Michelle can help me, you know, or that's something, you know, that's the sort of line I'm going down. I suppose I just need to narrow it down. I'm in groups that have got massive amounts of people, like thousands of people. And that part becomes a bit hard, because as I said to you last time, you could put a post out last week, but the following week, you're still answering those questions. It just goes on. And then you could have posts in all these different groups. And it's like, oh my God, you know, it gets a bit crazy. So maybe focus on one or two groups and just do it really well, rather than doing lots and lots and lots of different groups and not doing them really well. I think that's what it's about.
So it's narrowing your...
Focus on one group a week or one group a day. Something like that.
So it's like narrowing your target audience.
Yeah, exactly. And it gets a bit crazy.
So what's the first step you can take as of right now for you to achieve this?
I'll sit down and actually look at, as I said to you, think about what it is I want to achieve. So is it, you know, maybe 5? Well, no, 5 is not too much actually, because it doesn't necessarily have to be a coaching call. You can impact 5 people's lives just through something that you've said to them on Facebook, or something that you've said in Messenger. So to create a positive impact on at least 5 people's lives by the end of the week. And then I have to work backwards. I'm just wondering what she's doing there. I have to work backwards with the actions, to put the actions in. So it's about, you know, interacting in the groups, adding value, sharing my story, following up from my Facebook lives, those sorts of things. And then see if I can impact on at least 5 people's lives by the end of the week.
Perfect. And
in a positive way.
I'll mention I'll keep tabs on you on that. See if you're on course to get to achieve the five people.
Sorry, say that again.
So I'll keep tabs on you to see if you're on target to
Oh,
achieve
brilliant! Thank you.
the 5 people. So what did you find useful about this session?
I think just, as I said to you last time, it's just really useful being able to talk out loud about things that you don't necessarily think about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even the facts that I've just said, to make a positive impact on at least 5 people's lives, that wasn't my goal.
Yeah.
You know, all I've been thinking about is, you know, getting myself out there, launching my business, but it was never ever really a goal, like a specific goal that could be measured. And now I can say, yep, I said at least 5 people's lives, positive impact on at least 5 people's lives, I say by Sunday. So I've given myself a deadline, a time frame, but I've also said how many people and what I want to achieve. So that's more specific. That's definitely more specific. And you know, it's more measurable. So if I haven't done it, I'll be able to tell straight away I haven't done it.
Yeah.
If I have done it, then I can measure it straight away as well. I'm actually writing it down.
As well as that,
I like that.
Setting goals really high as well. It prevents you from getting down if you're not achieving them as well. So it's achievable.
Yeah,
Definitely is. Oh, that's good.
yeah. And I think when they're not clear, it's like a dog or a cat chasing their tail, isn't it? Just going around in circles.
Yeah. Right, thanks so much for that, Michelle.
Thank you so much for helping me, Alan. I have a goal. I have a goal that I can measure, and you know, that could be my weekly goal. And if I get it this week, and it's really easy to achieve, then I can up at least 5.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you very much. Thank you.